thoughts with people. I don't know how to do it. I have this guitar, I have a voice, I have all this talent. How do I get that out there? And now we have these crazy mediums called YouTube, Facebook, all these different places where you can just share your talent, kind of stick your toe in the water and say, oh, that's what I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. I'm not diving in head first. I didn't even have the sense to say, hey, there won't be a show Wednesday or there won't be a show at the end of last week because I was traveling. I didn't even have the sense to do that, but lo and behold, I have listeners who it mattered. And why weren't you live today? Which is adorable. And that made me feel good. That made my heart feel good, not egotistically. That validated me in what I'm doing in this little dream I have. But this isn't the only dream I have. It isn't the only thing. You know, there's other stuff that I want in my life, but I'm not making forward progress on doing that. I want my home to be better. I want things to be better. But I'm caught up in all of the other stuff, and guess what it sounds like I need? It sounds like I need some help. Somebody else to help me out. Help me get things done. Help me organize. I don't mean psychological. I mean I need like more people than me running this ship. I can't be, you know, look at, I mean, just, I'm glad I brought that up. Think about our Navy. You know, you don't just have the captain at the helm. He's got a frickin' enormous team of sailors and folks that help him. Shipmates. People to keep it clean. People to cook. People to make sure it's going in the right direction. It isn't just him or her. It takes a lot of moving parts, and hopefully all those parts are moving in the right direction. I saw a movie last night, and you know, it was called Hidden Figures, and you know, I'm behind. I'm behind. I know it's an older movie. It's been a couple of years since it's been out, but it's the first time I saw it, and I don't know. Something came over me, and I just started crying. I had no idea about those women and what they did and how they wouldn't give up. They didn't give up. They knew. They knew in their hearts, there's nothing else I know but numbers. But yet they were also, what was beautiful about those women is a lot of time engineers and numbers are people that are associated with, you know, not, you know, how do we reach them? How are they human beings? How do we have regular conversations? And they showed such a beautiful contrast of that between what men were caught up in and adding the female game to it. You know, we're all here, and if this was a planet of just women or just a planet of men, I mean, come on, look at all the wonderful things we'd miss out on, like newborn babies and adding to our lives and such. But I looked at that movie and I thought that those women did not give up. And that was back in a time when they really should have or could have or would have. But the women were absolutely going up against all of the odds. And they told such a good story of it is this has never happened before. These are, you know, women of color that want to move forward. No, we want to suppress you. This is what your job is. This is where you're going to the bathroom. This is where you're drinking your coffee and eating and everything. And it just, I thought they did a fabulous job of telling all parts of those women's lives. And I just couldn't help but cry. And I cry over that stuff because, you know, it stirs something up inside of me that, you know, inspires me. Well, why aren't you fighting for your life to do exactly what you want to do? You gotta fight for it sometimes. It's not gonna come to you, you guys. It's not. How, you know, look at it this way. If you have a dream and a vision about something that you want out of your life, that puts you in charge of that. But what about this? Whether you believe in God or whatever your maker is, somebody brought you here. Now, even if it's your mom and dad, and that's as far as you go, as far as your belief system, you are your maker's dream. Somebody created you. You didn't just happen to be here. We all know that we came from human beings. That made us. And we were blessed to be able to be a part of this earth. So, whether you came from an abusive family, an alcoholic family, a family filled with drugs, or the perfect picket fenced home that there ever was, somebody created you. And if you are from abuse or alcoholism or drugs, you are beyond that. That's when you really have to lean on, okay, it wasn't just my mom and dad that brought me here. So it's my recommendation to you to give it a go and think about who might my maker be. And whoever that is, you have a freaking responsibility to do something with you and what you're doing out there. And make it bigger than you. And if you're so miserable and you're getting up every day and you're going to what they call the daily grind, there are things happening to you in that daily grind that have been put there and that matter. It matters. So it's part of the ingredients to your day. Now, if you would have turned left instead of right, yes, you're taking different paths and journeys all along the day. But there are things that are going on around you that are intentional and they are on purpose. And they aren't just all about you. We need you. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Stop making it about just you. We need you. I mean, you have something. I don't know who you are listening. I may or may not know you. And even if I know who you are as a person with a name and a personality, I don't really know who you are. There's something inside of there that was given to you that makes a difference in the universe. Bigger than showing up at 8 and making sure you're on time and leaving at 5 or whatever your situation is. You know, there are things going on. And here's what I ask as a favor. All I'm asking you for your homework to do is open your eyes a little wider and listen a little bit closer to what's going on. Because if you don't, you're going to be missing out. And I don't want you to. I like you without even ever met you. And if you're listening to this show, there's a real good chance you're listening to other shows that will help you or inspire you or entertain you. If this is for the sheer entertainment value, you just never know. You might be in a situation where you could say, you know what? I don't know, that Bev show, it's kind of weird, but it might be just what you're looking for. Somebody you can relate to. So don't be afraid to share that you're listening to the show, like the show. Go to the Spreaker and like and sign up for it so that you get like emails and stuff. I'm just barely scratching the surface here of what my dream is. If I were to tell Tony Robbins or sit down with him and be able to tell him, I know exactly what I want to have happen. So it's not just, I'm just jumping in. It's just all starting to come together. Somebody heard me and somebody was put in my life back in September of 2018 that heard me and saw the passion and made sure that I had what I needed to be able to do this. So if I hadn't have had the nerve to share that with my newfound friend, I don't know. I knew I wanted to do this. I knew other people were doing it. I just didn't know how to get there. Here's a cute little thing I wrote on the back of my book Conversations in Writing, and it says, "It is with passion I speak through ink and paper, one's purpose which could not exist without the other. With each little passage that I note night or day, a love affair between hand, pen, and paper, inseparable, though sometimes weak in an innocent way. You see, for me, I have this love affair going on inside of me all the time, and it is the utensil that I choose to write with. It's the paper that those words fall on. And if they're lucky, they get to come off of that paper and be spoken to you guys. So thank you very much for listening. I really do appreciate it. And your emails, I checked my email and I was really surprised. It's not downloaded as an app on my phone, and I was really touched from the messages. So thank you so much. Switching gears here, we're looking at May 23rd all day long. This is Bev. This is the Bev D Show. Got to wrap things up here so I can get to Cleveland and be with my training guest today. Okay, if you're afraid, do it anyways. We call that courage. If you're wondering out there, if you're a little bit lonely and confused and nobody loves you, you're wrong. I do. Have a great, great day. Love you guys.